Good afternoon. Hi, it's Wednesday. Hard to believe today is September the 30th, and it's the last day of the month. It's just amazing. I don't know where the time went by. It seems like it was just September 1st, and here we are at the end of the month. So, for those who don't know me, I am Linda Jordan with LRJ Coaching and Business Solutions, and I help corporate individuals jump ship from corporate into being their own boss. And so today, you're probably wondering, well, what is she going to talk about? Today, I'm really going to talk about how do you get unstuck. And for those of you who are listening or who are joining in, write in comments if you think or you feel that you are stuck in corporate. Just chat yes or no if you're thinking that you're stuck in corporate. Oftentimes, we get a 9 to 5, we get a job because we have bills to pay, and we stay there for a really long time. And, after a certain point, we feel that we need to do something differently. So using myself as an example, I was in corporate America for, hard to believe, 27 and a half years, and I'm only 25. And, I thoroughly enjoyed it, but at a certain point, I was starting to feel a little stuck. I had gotten to a certain point in corporate and I wanted to do more. I wanted to be able to give more back to the community. I wanted to do more for my team. I wanted to do more for myself. But I was in a situation where I just really couldn't do that. And, for those of you that are listening, you may feel stuck in corporate right now and you're trying to figure out, what do I do next? You want to get your passion back. You want to do something that you totally love. But you also, at the same time, you want to be able to figure out, how you still pay your bills, but you can also do that as well. So for me, as I said, I worked in corporate America for 27 and a half years and loved every minute of it. But after about, I guess it was like the 27th year, December 5th, 2014, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And so having that diagnosis, and at the same time the corporate was going through some changes in the organization, it just pushed me to get unstuck. It pushed me to make a decision about my life. It pushed me to make a decision about what I wanted to do. And so for me, that was doing something that I totally love. Not that I didn't like my staff, not that I didn't like the work that I was doing and the value that I was bringing to the organization, but I wanted to do something that was so much more fulfilling. And I wanted to be able to get some time back so that I could spend more time with family. At the time, my daughter was a senior in high school, I believe. Yeah. And so, I just wanted to be able to get some time back. And so I say to tell people that, having breast cancer was a blessing. So it allowed me to make that decision. It forced me to make that decision that I kept putting off forever, trying to say, I'm going to do something different. And, when life brings you something of that nature, you got to figure what to do with it. So I decided to be my own boss. And so I had my breast cancer surgery. I went through all the reconstruction and never went back to corporate. I had a phone call with my VP and I just went back to pick up my personal items out of my office. And 5 years ago, I'm still an entrepreneur. I'm figuring out how to make it work. I love what I'm doing, and you too can love what you want to do when you find your own passion, when you find your dream, when you decide to make the decision. And that's really what we're going to talk about today, is making that decision, getting unstuck. But first of all, you do have to do that, and that's make the decision to make a change in your life. And so you probably say, well, how do I do that? Well, you just decide that you're going to do something. Write it on a sticky. And so I took notes and I wrote things down. These are my goals and objectives of what I wanted to do for me personally. And so you may have a different way of figuring out what your goals are. For me, it was a sticky. For you, it may be something else. I also have a vision board, but I made a decision to make a change in my life. And so, but once I made that decision, there's another component to it. You have to act upon that decision. So you got to show up. You got to figure out what it is that you need to do to make that happen. You've got to figure out what it is to make sure that you can fulfill your dreams, your desires, and make that business decision or make that business flourish. So I had to take some time and really figure it out. I had to take more notes. I had to get some training of my own to figure out what I wanted to do. Now, keep in mind, I had always, so I'm a real estate investor, and so I own rental properties. So I had always had rental properties, even when I was working. But what I needed to do was to how do I take that business to the next level? And so, those are things that you can figure out, whatever your niche is or your passion is or what you want to do. Take some time to write some notes and write down what you want to do. Figure out your strategy plan. And if you're not sure how to do that, I'm here. I can help you do that. That's part of what I do. But make sure that you capture your goals and objectives, figure out your plan, and put some timelines with it so you can make things happen. And then third, the other thing that you need to do is to figure out, what problem do you solve? What is it that you want to do? So, for me, it was making sure that I provided a place for people to live so that they could, rent. For others, it could be something else. Whatever it is that helps you feel good about yourself and lets you know that you're giving back to the community, or whatever it is that your passion is. So that's kind of what you have to do, is to figure out, what is that strategy? How are you going to make this work? And, oftentimes we struggle because being a business owner, it's good days and bad days. But the one thing I love about being a business owner is that I have my own schedule. I can figure out how to make things work. And so, you too can do that, but you just need to make sure you have a plan. You need to execute on that plan and need to stick with that plan. Be consistent. So, I always talk about being consistent. And that's one of the things that you really have to do, is to be consistent in whatever you're doing and make sure that you execute on the plans that you have. So if you have any questions, definitely put it in the chat. I'm here to respond, and hopefully I can answer any questions that you may have about, what it takes to really, start your own business, but most importantly, what does it take to get unstuck from going from corporate to being your own boss? It's a fearful thing to do at some point, but when I had that diagnosis, I didn't even think about it. It was like a no-brainer. I was like, I need to do better with my life. I needed to take better care of myself. Not saying that I didn't, but that's just how my mindset went at that particular time. So you too can do it. It's just, you have to make the decision if that's what you truly want to do. So make a decision, stick to it, be consistent, showing up every day, because you're the boss now. You're the CEO. There's a lot of stuff you've got to get done, but it's so doable because you have your own schedule. And then determining what problem you solve. What is your business going to be like? Is it going to be something in multi-level marketing that you want to do? Is it, I also sell nail strips. So I always love nails. I've had nails my entire life, and it's today I have my nails for starting tomorrow. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So I'm already wearing my pink nails for those that know about breast cancer, and definitely support that mission. So I started early. So whatever your business is, you want to make sure that it's something that you truly want to do and something that you're going to stick to. So hopefully that those 3 tips were helpful for you today. Just go ahead and make it happen. So what I'll do is in the comments, I will place how you can contact me. And then for the first 3 people that do contact me, you will get a 30-minute session on how to jump ship from corporate into entrepreneurship. And we'll come up with a quick strategy around, what your plan is and how you can do that. So start thinking about that. What you don't want to do is wait until something happens for you to make a decision. You don't want to wait until corporate decides, well, we're going to downsize, there's COVID going on. And so people are making changes. And so you don't want to wait till that happens. You want to be prepared. And I was always prepared. Unfortunately, you're not prepared for everything, but I had my plans A, B, and C of what I really wanted to do. And I was going to execute that. So you want to make sure that you're prepared. You have some plans in place just in case something may happen. But stay with what your passion is and make sure that you can execute on that fully. So thanks for joining me. Glad you could stop by, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.